Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tanmeet and today I'm going to do yet another video of Motivation Monday with me, and I'm going to talk about my favorite subject, that is books. I really love reading books, so I thought why not come here and discuss some of my favorite with all of you guys. And today I'm going to talk about my most favorite subject, that is psychology. So I started reading books once I got into psychology. I was really intrigued by the writing style, by the kind of concepts and topics that are explained in the books, and that's how I went into reading. So firstly I started reading psychology related books, then I slowly developed the habit of reading, and then I got into fiction and everything else. So my credit of being a reader goes completely to psychology. So this video is dedicated to my favorite subject, psychology, and I'm going to recommend you books that are related to psychology, because there are many books in the market, right, which claim that they are related to psychology. Yes, they are related to human brain or mind in general, but there are books that talk deeply about psychology. They are deeply rooted, talking about theories, talking about different things coined by psychologists themselves. So today I'm going to recommend you books. Many of them are written by the psychologists themselves, and I hope you're going to like it. So I'm going to firstly hop on to the first recommendation. So before mentioning the first book that I really love and I'm going to recommend you guys, I just wanted to ask you a few questions. Do you dream often? Do you think about why are you getting the same dream every day? Why do you have recurring dreams? Or do you think about what you are dreaming and why are you dreaming that particular sort of dream? So I am that sort of a person who used to question myself a lot, that why do I get this dream? Am I really thinking about it, which is why I'm getting this dream? And all of these questions are basically answered by this book. This book is called as The Interpretation of Dreams, and it is written by the very famous Sigmund Freud. So if I'm going to talk about Freud, I'm just going to take up your entire time. So just in brief, I would want to tell you that he's the founder of psychoanalysis. He was a neurologist, so it explains how he would actually have the evidence to what he claims to. So when you read this book, I'm sure you're not gonna get it completely when you read it for the first time, because when I read it for the first time, I literally didn't get any single word, and I was like, why am I not getting this thing when I am a psychology student? Why am I not able to understand this book? But that is how it is written. I would say that each line of this book will tell you something. You will learn something from it. So it's a very nice book all in all to read. It will tell you about dreams, the structure of dreams. It will tell you the significant difference between your conscious, unconscious mind and reality, and that is how you can interpret your dream. With that, I would also mention that they have given you sample dreams that they have analyzed for you, and with the help of that, I would say that you can pretty much analyze your own dreams as well. So I thought that this book is not only a book, it's like an experimental learning. You can learn a lot from it. You can learn about the structure of your dreams. You can learn about the scientific meaning of your dreams. You can analyze your dreams by yourself. Mostly, I won't say it will give you every answer to why your dream is like that or why you are feeling that, but I would say broadly it will explain many things that we all actually ask ourselves, but we don't realize how much it is important to us. After reading this book twice, because after reading it twice I got like maybe 20% of the book, but I would still say that it answered many questions. It made me realize how am I thinking unconsciously and consciously, and why do I get the dreams that I was questioning to myself about. So I would say all in all, it's a very interesting book, and if you are a psychology student, you will get many things related to whatever we read during our graduation time, during our degree. So this is a really nice book. I read it during my college time, and then after finishing my degree I read it again, and I would say each time I read it I get a new learning. So if you are a psychology student, or if you are even mildly related to psychology, or you're interested in something like psychology or dreams itself, then you should definitely read this book. So the second book that I'm going to talk about today is going to be this one, that is Emotional Intelligence. This book is written by Daniel Goleman, and if I talk about this book, this one was actually one of the many books that I have read, but really got intrigued by them. We read it during our college time because it was like an assignment for us to read this book and mention our book review. And to be honest, I'm glad that my professor told me to read this one because it explains a lot. We all think about IQ, that is intelligence quotient, but rarely we think about EQ, that is emotional quotient. And it's really important. Emotions, they actually make everything more meaningful, and through emotions our experiences are actually they get deeply rooted into our brains. So emotions are something without which our life is incomplete, our days are incomplete. If I pass in my class, if I don't experience the emotion of actually being happy, the whole experience, the whole reality would still be incomplete because I didn't feel it. So emotions are really, really important. They make most of our life, whether it be sad, whether it is being happy, anything, but emotions are extremely important. And in this book they have explained how emotional intelligence is much more important than intelligence quotient. If you are an intelligent person but you are not aware, you are not self-aware of your emotions, there would be on some levels some disruptions with your identity. You will not be fully aware of how you are as a person, of your self-concept. So self-concept is something what you think of yourself. And if you would not be emotionally intelligent, there would be some disruptions in your overall self-concept. So emotional intelligence is very important. In this book he has explained how emotions are, how we function through emotions, and how important they are. And in today's time it's really important to teach about emotions, to have the emotional literacy so that you can experience things in a better way, you can experience world in a better way, because emotions, they actually make life meaningful. So it's really important to understand those. He has talked about the neurology of emotions. He has talked about how our experiences are made when we are emotional, when we are empathetic. It's really important to be self-aware, and in order to be self-aware we need to be emotionally intelligent too. It increases our self-awareness, it increases our self-concept, we learn more about ourselves. So emotional intelligence is a very important concept in every life, I would say, but it is more important during these times, in our modern lifestyle when we don't have time for each other. It's important to still be emotionally connected to our parents, to to everybody who matters to us. So all in all, I would say that if you are a psychology student or if you're interested in reading psychology related books, this book is a really interesting book to read. So another book that I'm really happy to recommend you guys is Flow. So this book is written by the co-founder of Positive Psychology. I'm going to mention his name below. I don't want to butcher his name. So, he was the person who was in prison during the World War. So I would say that, in prison you experience a lot of emotions. So after that he was very intrigued to learn about happiness, how people are happy, and that is how he coined the term flow, which is a feeling of optimal experience. When you experience something that you feel is worthwhile, that you feel fills you up with contentment and happiness. So it does not need to be an easy task, when something is challenging but you still feel like you are at an ease, because you are doing something. it can be experienced with artists a lot when they are making a portrait, a painting. There are complexities involved, but they enjoy the whole experience. They are in a flow. So this book talks about it, and he also talks about happiness in general. How it is not something that is from the outside environment, that is from the environmental stimuli, but happiness is something which is very intrinsic, it's very internal. You can create your own experiences of happiness, and you don't need to rely on any outside experience or on any person for your happiness. So if you feel like you need something or someone to make you happy, it's not actually correct. Happiness is internal. You can make yourself happy. So all in all, you'll read many things about how you can make an experience worthwhile, how you can be happy and you can experience the feeling of flow. And I'm sure most of us have felt in flow many a times when we are doing something about which we are really passionate about, and it's the feeling where you experience extreme positivity, happiness and contentment. So I would say that if you are interested in experiencing something fulfilling, you must give this book a try, and I'm sure that you're going to love it. So guys, that would be it for today's video. I really hope that you liked my recommendations, and my 3 recommendations for 2023 psychology reads would be The Interpretation of Dreams by Sigmund Freud, and Flow, and with that Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman. I'm going to mention all the books here, and I hope that you are going to read it, and do let me know in the comments if you like them or not. And I hope that even one of them you feel mildly related to your area of interest. You should definitely give them a try, because I would say they are extremely interesting and knowledgeable, and I hope you will have an enriching experience of reading through these books, and I hope you'll enjoy them too. So thank you so much for watching this video, and please like and share my videos.